Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Spicy Homemaker podcast. My name's Melissa and this is a podcast about knitting and creative living. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for taking the time to check out this little show of mine. And if you are a returning viewer, well, welcome back. I am so glad you are back to spend some time with me. Today was the day of the eclipse. Yes, I am coming to you from smack dab in the middle of the United States. I live in Edwardsville, Illinois, which is very close to St. Louis, Missouri, nowhere near Chicago. And we were very close to the path of totality. And we were about an hour, a little over an hour to the main point where you get the longest path, what am I trying to say? The total eclipse, I think it was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds is the longest you could see the complete eclipse in the path of totality. And there's only certain towns that do that. We did not go quite that far south, but we did go to a town called Waterloo that definitely had a complete eclipse for over 2 minutes long. I took my son Ashton with me, took him out of school, I took the day off, and we went on an adventure. My older son, his school did something really cool. They had something set up 2 years ago for them in one of the major towns with the longest viewing time of the complete eclipse, so he was covered. But Ashton and I got to spend some one-on-one time today, and it was so much fun, and it was so cool. Oh my goodness. Did you guys, were you anywhere near are you in the U.S.? Because I know this one's stretched from Oregon to South Carolina. That's all the way across the United States. That's a long, long path. You guys, it was just, well, okay, first of all, let's talk about all the hoopla around it. People were making this sound like the apocalypse was coming. There was going to be long lines for gas. We might even run out of gas. There was going to be food shortages. You're going to be in traffic for hours and hours. I mean, it was crazy what they were saying. We got down there easily. Traffic wasn't a big deal. Waterloo had like a festival. It was actually featured in one of the magazines as one of the 2 cities in Illinois to go and check out the eclipse. So my hopes were, it was a little touch and go. I didn't know what to expect. It wasn't a big deal at all. Gas wasn't a problem. Even stopped at a gas station to use the restroom. No big deal. It was easy. Got home fine. A little bit heavier traffic, but nothing crazy. So awesome. Highly recommend you go look at pictures that scientists took, like maybe NASA, or I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of really cool images out there in Google, because I can tell you for a fact that iPhones do not take a good picture of the eclipse. It didn't even look anything like the eclipse at all. Like, it was just a big bright light. And that's with it covered even by the moon. Completely covered by the moon. You can take off your glasses and view it, which we did. Now, I'm getting surgery on this eye right here so I don't have to wear glasses anymore. I have a problem seeing distance. And a couple days ago, I noticed my son Ashton had the exact same issue, and I have no idea for how long. He cannot read distance. God forbid, I have no idea what's been going on in the classroom, if he's been sitting in the back, how long this has been going on. I feel terrible. But he was convinced he didn't want glasses. I don't want glasses, you know. I don't even think that was a thing anymore. Like when I was younger, nobody wanted glasses. It's considered dirty. Now, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, does it? Maybe I was wrong. Anyways, he was pretty adamant about this. So, as I'm looking up at the eclipse, it's blurry for me because I'm not supposed to wear my glasses for 2 weeks. Surgery's tomorrow. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Went in, got my glasses out of my car, put them on, could see clearly, and then it hit me. I said, Ashton, put these on. Look at the eclipse. He put them on and he was like, he could not believe, he would not take my glasses off. He started reading license plates. He was so excited. He's sold. He wants to wear glasses. Whole new world for this kid, and I'm so excited. It was just a great, great time. We had so much fun. It was so stinking hot today too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know where you're from, but some people would not guess that the Midwest is very humid. The humidity in the Midwest is pretty unbelievable, to be honest. And it was disgusting today. I brought out my FO, which I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. Big shawl, woolly. Decided to take pictures because it was a beautiful sunny day. Ugh, not my best idea. I did get the pics, but oh my goodness, it was just gross. Anyways, great day. Did you guys go see the eclipse? Because, wow, I am so glad we did that. I am so, so glad that I took the time to have an adventure with my son, because I know neither one of us are going to forget that. But having said that, I just want to say right now, we're going to do, because at the end, I know this is usually followed typically a certain pattern. So let me just give you the outline real quick, just so you know what's coming. I'm going to talk about some prizes really quick, and then we're going to go over an FO, and I also have 3 tips for Rhinebeck. If you're going to Rhinebeck, I have 3 tips for you. But then I'm going to also go over some crochet, okay? And then finally, I'm going to do a new little thing at the end of the episode called Whip It or Rip It, and I'll explain that at the end, all right? So, prizes. I said I was going to give away a prize for comments below on YouTube, and I picked a winner randomly, and the winner is, I hope I'm saying this right, Rena Hanlon, R-E-N-N-A, Hanlon, H-A-N-L-O-N, or maybe it's Rena Hanlon. You won, and before I even get into that, thank you so much for making those wonderful comments below. I loved reading them. You guys are wonderful. It was so kind, so sweet, so motivating. Loved it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It meant a lot to me. But what did Rena win? Rena, you're not going to believe this. Again, I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. I just got this in today. It is a donation from the wonderful Darlene, the maker of Bags by Awesome Granny. Which, by the way, Darlene, if you're looking for like an acronym, because like everybody has acronyms, right? There's JLo, and then if you're a couple, what's the couple's name? I don't even know. Can't even come up with one, but everybody has like New Kids on the Block is NKTOB. I'm coming up with really, really bad comparisons here, but I came up with one for Bags by Awesome Granny. B-Bag. Bags by Awesome Granny. B-B-A-G. B-Bag. I'm not sure what Darlene's going to think of that. But anyways, she graciously donated 2 bags to the podcast. And they're the big ones. And they have matching Notions pouches. I have both of these bags. This is the little kids with fireflies. Chasing fire. I love this bag. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. And, oh goodness, this is the coordinating Notions pouch. And Darlene's bags have always, and you got, I forgot she always puts these in there too. A cute little zipper pull, and it's like a hefty duty one. It's nice. Cute coordinating fabrics. You get a choice of this one. And this fits a lot. I use one of these for my crochet granny blanket. Or dysfunctional family. This one. So this one makes me very nostalgic and thinking of when I was a kid living out in the country. We had fireflies. Some places you call them lightning bugs. We call them fireflies. Anyways, and this one just makes me giggle. This is this dysfunctional family. Also her large size with matching Notions pouch and cute coordinating fabric. And it's just, oh my gosh, my kids and I were reading this the other day in the car, and they were just cracking up. We kind of have a twisted sense of humor, okay? We do. We don't share it in public, but we really do. And so there's things like, I love those pills Dr. Denton prescribed. I feel so calm and relaxed. La, 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 la. There's Mom on her happy pills. And then the hubby's kissing the wife and says, thanks, babe. Mother will never taste the arsenic. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And the mom says, that's it. I've had enough of your whining, Brian. Pull over. She's spending the rest of the trip in the trunk. Okay, so dysfunctional family bag and the firefly bag. You get to pick, Rena. Send me a message on Ravelry. I'll need your full name. If that's your name, Rena Hanlon, that's perfect. And address, and tell me which one you choose. Dysfunctional family, fireflies. Congratulations. And Darlene, thank you so much for this wonderful, very generous donation. I really appreciate it. You know I love your bags. They definitely stand the test of time in my crazy household. The other thing I wanted to mention, okay, Christmas socks, Cal. We're having a I started it in June. I think I started in June, maybe July. Lose track of time. But we have a Christmas sock cal going on through the year. It's going to be like just in the middle of summer, but we're going to do it through December. Just knit Christmas socks. I don't care how you knit them, what you do, Christmas yarn, whatever. It's just a thread that I randomly pull out of. Probably should have an FO thread, but I don't think I'm going to. So just get in there, chatter, do something. Because I pulled a person to win from there again today. And this person lucked out because Sarah from Naughty Gnome has just completed a sock pattern collection, and it's called Magical Miladies. I know I'm not saying that right. Magical Miladies? Magical Miladies. Why can't I say that word? I know that word, but I'm having a brain blank. Brain blank. It's late at night. You've been forewarned. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth tonight. I'm going to try. Anyways, you get 4 sock patterns. 4 by Sarah. Okay? Guess who won? Mel, Woman in a Shoe. You won that sock collection. And I know how to get in touch with you, Mel. I know you very well. She lives in Australia. She's awesome. So she's going to love that because Mel likes knitting socks. So, thank you, Sarah, for your wonderful sock pattern collection. I really appreciate that. And if you don't pop into our group from time to time, because it is starting to rev back up, I know I've been spotty for quite a while, but I'm trying to get back on track here. So I'm doing things that I used to do. Sometimes I'll get a pattern that someone wants to donate, and sometimes what I'll do with those, instead of announcing it on the, I try to announce it on the podcast just so people can see what that pattern looks like. But if I don't, I'll open it earlier in the thread for people, and you never know when I'm going to close the thread. I always say in there, but it's a good idea to check it out. We have the Olive Martinis shawl, and this was designed by 2 fantastic ladies. I love them both so much. Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi, and Abby, she's one half of the Get Let and Knit podcast, which we don't see them too often anymore because Abby's going off to law school, or she is in law school, and Allie is doing her residency. I just got them mixed up. Forgive me, girls. Allie and Abby. Allie's the one that designed it with Gabby. Oh my gosh. I always said I'm going to get them t-shirts, and one that says I'm Abby, not Allie, and the other one says I'm Allie, not Abby. I see them clear as day. Allie's the one you saw most of the time on Get Lit and Knit. She's the one that helped design the pattern with Gabby. Anyways, they donated a copy of the shawl pattern. Check it out in the Rav thread. If you want to enter into it, just read that in there. I had some simple prompt in there. I'm going to give that away in a couple days, so go on over there. Almost done here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I might... All right. This last thing on giveaways and swaps and cows and whatever. We're going to do the Advent Christmas swap. I gotta tell you, because I don't want to put like this cast of negativity over it, but I kind of feel like I'm going down that road. Had a couple bad swaps. The swap last year overall went well. Really, when I look at it, it went very well, and a lot of people loved it. And they have been asking me, hey, are we going to do the swap this year? Which is basically we swap minis with another person. You're paired up with somebody. There's rules that I'll put in there, and they're very, very specific rules. They're not hard. They're just specific. It's fingering weight, indie dyers. You need to label them. They can't be your own hand-dyed, stuff like that, okay? Not worsted, not DK. You know, this is an advent calendar for someone, and I mean, it's really cool when this goes right. Like, I had a lot of fun making mine up, and you know, you just have so many fun yarns that are left over, and other people get to try those out. It's just the coolest thing. Anyways, we are going to do it. Just look at the thread and Ravelry. I don't want to get into it too deeply right now. Please, if you're going to do this, follow the rules. Read those rules. Read them carefully. And then read them again. And then, if you for some reason don't think you can do it, then don't sign up. Okay? And if you're a person who would like to be what we call swap angels, please let me know. There were a some wonderful ladies who stepped up, and literally one person got an advent calendar that was from all over the world. It was amazing. I've said it a million times, and you'll never hear me stop saying this. The kindness and generosity of our community always amazes me. And so when something sour happens in our community, it always shocks me because, you know, no community's perfect. No person's perfect. I'm not perfect. But still, let's just leave it at that. Look in the Ravelry thread if you're interested in signing up for a Christmas mini skein Advent swap. Okay? All right. Rhinebeck tips. I've decided I'm going to try to give you 3 Rhinebeck tips from now until Rhinebeck. Okay? Because I've been quite a few times. I know a thing or two about Rhinebeck. Maybe it's your first year. Here it is. Are you ready? Tip number 1. This is probably my top tip. One of the, if not the top tip. Buy your tickets online and buy them now. Okay? They're not going to sell out. That doesn't happen. So you don't have to buy them now. But they are available to buy online now. If you're going to stay all weekend, buy the weekend pass. Okay? Why do you want to buy them online? Because you get to skip the whole big long line that lines up in the morning to buy tickets. It's a beautiful thing, and you just zip right through. Buy your tickets online. Okay? Number 2. If you're going with a group of people, and I don't care if you have a plan to stay together all the time, come up with a meeting place. Okay? Say if we get lost, because it can happen so easily, there's certain booths or certain barns that get really, really crowded. And it can just happen, okay? It can just happen. You don't mean to, you get separated from the group, or a couple of you go off, whatever. And you can't find each other. Set up a time and a meeting place. Okay, if we get separated, we can't get a hold of each other because cell phone coverage is spotty in that joint. Let me tell you what, all over that fairground, it comes and goes. Someone can send you a text and it looks like it's delivered, right? But the other person never got it, or you just don't know, because it happened to me more than once. Just hard. Say, okay, we're going to meet for lunch at this particular stand at this time. Trust me, you'll be glad you have this. Okay? The other thing is, have good walking shoes. Do not wear your nicest shoes to this. You don't have to wear dingy sneakers, but have good walking shoes. And like I said, you don't want them to be your extra nice ones because you don't know what the weather's going to be like. Every year has been completely different. You really don't know. Hopefully we get that beautiful fall weather that this area has known for. It's so beautiful there. But, I mean, we've had rain, we've had snow, it's been hot, it's been cold, you just don't know. So good walking shoes, okay? I think that's it for my 3 tips for Rhinebeck. All right, make sure I got everything there. I don't want to leave anything out. All right, let's get into some knitting, shall we? I have an FO. So, first we need to talk about, let me see what I got here. Nope. All right, good to know there's a sock pattern there that I'm going to need later. That wasn't in my knitting bag that I didn't know about because I have been monogamous, people. Monogamous. On your recommendations, I have been monogamous. And can I just tell you, it did produce fabulous results. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if I'm cut out for monogamy. I don't know. It's kind of, meh. I don't know. But I do have a beautiful finished project because of it. And it is my So Close shawl by Victoria Zakanowicz. She is Vicky of the Devixta Knits podcast. This is her first design. And, ooh, goodness. I want to tell you, I started out with a decent sized bag that fit 3 skeins and my shawl in it. And I had to move to this, my large, this is my dysfunctional family bag by Darlene from Bags by Awesome Granny, or B-Bag. And yeah, I needed this. So let me just show you what it looks like first. Which, by the way, I took this out to the Eclipse today because, yeah, I told you that I was taking the pictures of, this is what I was taking the pictures of. I was getting ready to repeat that whole story. Shame on me. But here it is. Now, this is not going to show up all. I'm going to probably insert pictures here, but let me show you what I got here. It is humongous in the best possible way. Oh my gosh. And Vicky says that it's a big shawl. She does not make any, she just, oh, I just felt that. I dropped it. I was taking pictures by the woods, and I got these little, I don't know what you call them, little cockaburros stuck in it, which thank goodness they didn't deeply root in there, but I just felt one. I thought I had them all. Anyways, I got a lot to say about this. First, love it. Let's talk about the yarn. Let's talk about the yarn. This is Lanatium Ex Machina. I still think I'm saying that wrong, but I know that at least I have the right words. And this is in her colorway Haze. This has some BFL and cashmere. So soft. That's my neutral. And well, the whole shawl is kind of neutrally, if you will. But these are my two Woolen Vine skeins. This is the mauvey color. It's Tega by Kristen of the Yarngasm podcast. Woolen Vine Yarns, you all know her. And this is black pearl here. And I don't know how well it's showing up. This does not photograph as colorful. I mean, it is a neutral shawl. It is. But there's a lot going on in the black pearl. It's subtle, but there's like, maybe that will show up. I'll have a picture here anyways. I took a close-up of it on Instagram and posted it because, and it really showed the colors very, very well. Because when you see it from a distance, it looks kind of washed out. Okay, where to start on this? What do I want to tell you? This was definitely 3 full skeins for a shawl. Over 3 skeins, I'd probably say. Well, all right, so you need 2 skeins of the neutral that does your very simple lace pattern. All of this is memorable. You can memorize very easily. Uh-oh, dropped my yarn. But, and I would recommend this for a beginner. I really would. It might be a little more, might stretch your boundaries, but in a really good way. But it is very easy. You can do this. I promise. Very good TV knitting, I guess, too. Because once I got into, I mean, you're knitting this for a long time. So you get used to the pattern very easily. It's very, yeah, it's easy. It's the same pattern over and over. The only thing that changes, as you can see, is some of the row counts. And that's pretty easy. All right. But anyways, it took over a skein of the Haze, the neutral color of the lace. And this is what I have left of the Woolen Vine stripes. I only went into 1 skein, but here's what's left. I didn't weigh this. I should have weighed this. I mean, it's a good little amount. But then look at the mauvey Tega. And this is an her Stellina base. So I mean, it uses a lot of yarn. I intentionally wanted this to be luxurious because this is, for me, my ultimate cozy big wrap. I kind of envisioned this as my shawl wrap, or my office wrap. In the office, I wanted something beautiful that'd go over things very nicely. And Vicki has a great tutorial on how to wear this without a mirror. Like, it's very, very easy to do, but which I'm not going to do too well because my microphone, it makes a lot of noise. I've realized. Sorry about that in the past. But I wanted it large, or I wanted really good yarn. I wanted a good drape, and I wanted it to be soft and cozy. So I was going for soft, cozy, and luxurious, and these yarns and this pattern hit it right out of the park for me. I love it. It was just like the perfect marriage. And the other thing I was going to tell you about this, the reason it probably would not have gotten done before this podcast. It really would not have if I did not have class all last week for work. Had a class last week for work from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. First week of school. Great timing. I didn't get home before 9 p.m. every single night. But the flip side is, instructor, I asked him ahead of time, you okay if I knit in class? He didn't care. 8 hours of knitting a day. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I mean, give or take like a bit. You know, I had to take some notes, pretend like I was listening. I was. Eat, drink, that kind of stuff. But, you know, I would say at least 6 solid hours of knitting each day, which was amazing. Now, here's what's funny. I got a sore shoulder. And this isn't even my dominant arm. Like, I use this hand. This is what does most of the motion. I'm a picker or a thrower. I forget what you call it. Anyways, this is the one that does all the motion. I'm sitting in a chair, and I didn't realize this is the shoulder. When I go like this, I can feel it right in here. It was sore. But I go like this, I'd stretch it out really good, and it would stretch out. And there was a little bit here, too. Guess what I was doing? it's one of those things that you don't realize you're doing it. So I'm holding it. Let me see if I can stand up and do it like this. But this was kind of firm here, and for 6 hours, and nothing was supporting it. So there's weight being suspended from here, from my elbow, taking it, and from my shoulder, which it's not a big deal if you're doing this for a little while, but usually you're near something and you put your arm on an armrest or somewhere, you're not holding it there for 6 hours, especially with something in your hand. And it just, after a couple days, I could feel it. Not horrible, but I definitely felt it. Anyways, but I got it done. I just bound it. I did the bind off last night and soaked and blocked it. I wasn't going to do the picot. I was even texting Vicky about it. I'm not a huge fan of picots, but I've done it in, I think only one other. I think it was just my 3-pip shawl, and I liked it because they were subtle. And I liked how Vicky did hers as well. When I saw the picture, I really enjoyed it. So I went ahead and did it. I wasn't going to, and I like it. I do. If I were to knit this again, I probably wouldn't do it, just because I've done it now. I see what it looks like. I like it, but I'd like it without too. So I did it. A tip. And I don't know if I have it in here. Yes, I do. Oh, good. So I don't know how you do your patterns, but I usually print mine out, and I keep it with me. And I always have a pencil in my bag. So this is a very well laid out pattern. I'm just very impressed with how Vicky put this together. It's very nice, very easy to read and understand. I love it. There's no but to this. What you need to know is you have 3 colors. You don't have to do 3. You can do, I've seen people do multiple colors. You can do 1 color. You can do whatever you want. But it calls for 3 colors. And you have a section 1, which is your lace section. Section 2 and 3. And the 2 and 3 alternates between these. I call them the stripes. Well, all of that alternates, except for the lace pattern here. This stays always the same. But look, see here how we have the big thick stripe of black pearl, and then here it's a big thick stripe of taiga. It kind of alternates, right? Well, the only time you need to pay attention to it is when you're in that particular section. So for each page, I wrote at the top my color A, B, and C, because it's easy to just kind of, I don't know, maybe you guys keep this in your head. Some of the simplest things are the things that I tend to overlook and make a mistake on. So I did that on every page. My color A was the cream color, my color B was the Moby color, and my color C on this particular, I said gorgeous, but do whatever you want. And so that way, whenever it says, okay, garter, using the garter pattern, use color C. I look up here, it's black pearl. Done. So that was something that really helped me out. Another thing I want to tell you about this is that it's very forgiving. Like, she has stitch counts and everything, which is awesome, but if you're off, don't sweat it. It is okay. I will tell you, there are numerous mistakes in this, but it's not a knitter. If she took a fine-tooth comb on this, oh, well, here's one right here, would definitely find these. But I mean, like, just wearing it, you're not gonna find it. See, there's a little something going on here. There's a couple things, but it's a big shawl. It's not noticeable. There's a couple where I got off here. I didn't care. I just kept going because the pattern will go with whatever stitch count you have. I don't know how to explain that. If you read the pattern, you know what I was talking about. And there's no way to describe it. I wouldn't be giving the pattern away, but it wouldn't make much sense if I tried to describe it to you. Anyways, it is forgiving. The picots, there are a few very wonky picots on here. I was watching Daredevil or something. I started getting into, I saw The Defenders on Netflix, and I saw the trailer, and it wasn't out yet, which brought me to Jessica Jones and Daredevil and all this. I don't know, maybe my boys are rubbing off on me because I'm really enjoying those shows. Anyways, I was watching one of them, and I wasn't into the rhythm of the picot yet in that particular pattern. So, but they blocked out beautifully, if I do say so myself. Blocking will cover a multitude of sins, will it not? So I highly recommend this shawl. As Vicky says in her pattern, you spend hours on this. This is not a quick knit just because of the sheer size of it. So block it. Do it. It's huge, but do it. It looks nicer. I mean, it didn't look bad. I almost didn't block because I just want to show you guys. But I thought, no, I know Vicky, so she's not going to steer me wrong. And I know blocking, especially for shawls, it just looks nicer. It opens up these eyelets on the lace, and it's just, do it. You've spent time on this. Make it look the best it can look. I think that is, oh, but, I know Vicki said at one point that I could give away a shawl pattern. I don't know if I've done that. So, if I have, I don't care. I'm still giving it away one. I'm going to pay for it. So, anyone who wants to knit this, I'm going to open up a thread, look for it, and I will give away a So Close shawl pattern. All right. Guess what? I do not have any whips. No, because I've been monogamous. I did knit on the vest a little bit, but a tiny bit. It's not worth showing you guys. But I knit on that exclusively. I'm proud of myself, but not much to show, except I'm very excited about this. I have to share this with you. I did post this on Instagram, but I didn't show the other one. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm Spicy Homemaker everywhere. Nothing changes on any of the platforms. I'm mostly on Ravelry, Instagram. That's really it. That's really where I spend my time. I did an impromptu flea market stop. Now, I have just started dabbling in crochet. Was it last year? The granny stripe blanket, love it. It's beautiful. I love crochet. I've always wanted to get into it. I'm still not what I would call a true hooker or crocheter. I want to be, though. I do love it. Maybe sometime I'll pick it back up. And this definitely got my eye. So anyways, I did an impromptu flea market stop and big pile of Afghans like you see. And they were in excellent condition. Excellent. There were no price tags on it. And the guy's like, I'll sell it to you for like $5 and $7 each, right? Which I knew that I could get it lower, but I'm not gonna lie, there's part of me that like felt conflicted. Like, I am terrible at negotiating. I always feel guilty, and that's so wrong. But I just felt like, gosh, you don't even know what went into these. I mean, it's acrylic yarn. It is. Look. But someone made this, you know, someone took the time and effort to make this. And when I saw these colors, I thought, my son will love this. My daughter will love this. My kids will love this. It's just such a good weight. And I loved this pattern. So when I posted this on Instagram, you guys were awesome and told me the pattern is Groovy with a dash, Ghan, by Marink Slump, and that's a free pattern. But there's also another one called Apache Tears by Sarah London. They both look like this. That's all I know because I saw the pictures I saw on Ravelry, but I didn't dig into it. I want to crochet this. It almost looks like the ultimate scrappy blanket, but I don't know that it is. I think it is. Some of it coordinates a little bit, like on the both edges. It looks like she started and stopped on the same ones. Anyways, I got that, and then look at this one. Guys, look at this. How beautiful is this? I mean, this is in like mint condition. I washed them as soon as I got home. They smell much better. But the guy was trying to say something about like, this one costs more because it didn't have holes in it, so your toes don't stick out of it. I was like, right. Anybody knows that even if you get those big granny square ones, you know that your grandma made that are making a comeback, which I think is awesome. They were so warm. They look like they shouldn't be because of all those holes. They are phenomenally warm. This is no different. And I got this. So this one was cheaper. And I did get them down. I did. But another guy was there telling me a story about how his mom had a closet full of these that she made. And she had passed away. He was just selling them at the flea market. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, your mother was dying right now. In her grave, rolling over. That did not sound right at all. Dying in her grave. Whew. All right. Anyways, moving on. I told my kids after this, I went home and I said, you guys better not sell any of my stuff when I die. Like, there's some stuff, but my handmade stuff, like, give it to other people in the family at least. You know, like, give it away. That's fine. You don't have to keep all my stuff, but don't Don't sell my handmaids at a flea market, please. Or bury it with me. Gosh, it's acrylic. It'll last forever and keep me warm in there. Okay, this might be getting a little creepy. All right, so those were my, what I call rescued crochet blankets, right? You have rescue dogs. Why can't you have rescued crochet blankets? I called it rescued Afghan. Hashtag rescued Afghan. And hashtag rescued handmade treasure. Feel free to use those in the future if you like. I will tell you that rescued Afghan does have Afghan dogs on that as well. They're gonna love my posts. If you do it, tag me. I'd love to see it. Spicy Homemaker. All right. I am making sure that is it before I go into the new Whip It or Rip It. I think so. Whip it or rip it. Are you ready? So, confession time. Kind of, sort of. I have a lot of whips. Like, I don't even want to guess how many. I am looking right now in my craft room, and my bedroom door's open. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those are just the ones I can see right now. 7, 8. I don't want to keep going. There's more. There's lots more. Like, an embarrassing amount. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to be called like an unboxing, if you will, but we're going to open up a project bag. Some of these I truly do not know what's in them. Some of them I can tell by a couple of the project bags I know what's in them. But I had my kids, I showed them where to go because if they got like a sock bag that didn't zip, I didn't want to see what was in it. That's not the point of this. It's got to be a surprise, right? So I'm going to pick a bag. I'm going to open it up right here. We're going to see what's on it. And you're going to choose whip it or rip it. Whip it means let's get this show back on the road. We're going to continue as a work in progress, right? Rip it. Melissa, frog that sucker. Get it out and move on. Okay? So let's see what we got here. I got 3 bags. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do 3. But I am curious about this. I can't remember what was in this last, but this is by my friend. She and I did a Advent Christmas swap, and she made this, and she has an Etsy shop called Cat in the Bag. And these bicycles are perfect. It's like a drawstring with a handle. It's like all the best of all worlds. And it has pockets in here. So, oh, now I know what this is. All right, here we go, guys. Here's what I got in it. This is funny. This is crochet needles, which I probably need. Needles, hooks, crochet hooks. This is a project that was completed. Maybe we need a third category. Kick it, clean it, girl, you know. Anyways, there's nothing in this bag. But it definitely needs to be cleaned out. I have yarn. I have stuff in here that I need. These crochet hooks, I will be looking forever for these if I didn't see these. So this was a bomb. No need to vote on this one. Clean your bag, sister. Okay, we're going to set that right there. Hopefully it doesn't stay there for like the next 2 years. Let's do this one. It's definitely a sock. I know that. It's a Naughty Gnome bag, and I had my kids like cinch it up here so I don't know. And I didn't peek. It's being good. And this is actually one of my favorite bags. It's so cute. Little mermaids on it. Oh, this is so perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys. How did I do this? Look at this. A whole sock. Okay, so this is by Canon Hand Dyed Yarns. This has been in previous podcasts, okay? I bought this at my first Rhinebeck and fell in love with her. Look at this colorway, guys. Oh, I love this. And I wanted to have these for Rhinebeck. Look how close I got. Okay, so I was gonna do my first afterthought heel, which I've already done that. I was gonna cut in. I've got waist yarn. This is ready for a toe and a heel, and it's done. Are you kidding? Really? This is embarrassing. Oh, and there's some great minis in here that do not go with this sock whatsoever. That would probably look great in some other projects. So I need to clean it too. All right, guys. Comment below. We're going to open up another one because, you guys, we have to whip it. I don't even think we can vote on this. We're going to whip it. We're whipping it. I mean, who's going to... You can't rip it. This doesn't even make sense. This is actually pretty embarrassing. Hashtag shameful knitter. Okay? Yeah, that one doesn't count either. This isn't going so well. I need to have my 15-year-old check this out next time. Do a little, like, quality control check. Okay, we're gonna whip it. I'm gonna try to get these done for you guys. A heel and a toe. Doesn't seem like much, right? I should be able to do this, but I'm supposed to do that vest too. We're gonna do it because I just told you I'm not into monogamy, really. I'm really not. This, I'm curious. I'm so curious. And there feels like there's substantial stuff in this. I would think socks, but the yarn is telling me a different story. I believe that my friend Deanna made this. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. What is it? I'm like nervous now. Oh! Oh! Ooh, I'm kind of curious what you guys will say. Okay, we're voting on this one. This one is this is a go, guys. This is a go. Connie and I from Chili Knits, we're going to knit this together. Connie knit it. I talked about this too. Oh, guys, I'm a disaster sometimes, aren't I? Okay, Treehouse Hat by Mandarine. I have a pom-pom for it and everything, and this was by Woolen Rabbit, the yarn is, and it's, yep, Silk Cashmere Merino. Oh my gosh, but I'm not far into it. I mean, it's a hat for crying out loud, so like, what's far? I don't know. I think I got the brim done. It looks like it. Yeah, I do, because I was getting ready. I was asking Connie about some of the stuff on here. There's like a cable, which I haven't done cables yet, guys. And when I say cable, it looks like a very, 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 very simple cable. But this is what I have done. Okay, whip it or rip it, guys. Vote below. Treehouse Hat. All you gotta vote. Whip it means we're going to keep on going. We're gonna keep this as a work in progress, and I'm gonna go on it. Or rip it. I should frog it and do something else. What do you guys think? That is what we're going to vote on. I need the vote sooner rather than later. Although I do have a couple things keeping me occupied, so I'm not really in a hurry. But maybe I'll tally it after a week and go with what you guys say. If you guys tell me to rip it, I'm going to rip it. Okay? Let me know. And tell me if you like this whip it or rip it. I think it's kind of fun, although I'm probably going to embarrass myself with how many bags I need to just clean out. I think that's what's going to happen. Or projects that are really done. I mean, oh, that sock is embarrassing. Tell me, do you have any of those things? Please tell me I'm not the only one who just pulled out a project that's really like 85% done. Whew, and this Afghan is hot. It was on my, yeah. It's the one with the holes, the cheaper one. Oh, anyways, his loss, my gain. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening, day, wherever you are in this beautiful world of ours. I will be off for the next 2 days, but recovering from eye surgery. I say surgery, it's like LASIK. It's PRK, just one eye. I hear it's going to be rather painful for a couple days, so I am not going to be wearing eye makeup. So I thought it was very smart of me to podcast tonight. Anyways, that's it. I hope you guys have a great evening, a great morning, a great day. And until next time.